How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and in my Warlock video from a few days ago where I did another solo flawless completion of the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, I promised a quicker completion on a Hunter. And by that I mean I wanted to do a Hunter video where I did a solo flawless completion faster than my previous Hunter video. Well, that's what I'm here to do today. Now I'm going to make this intro brief, so before I get into my loadout, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So contrary to many other runs, I like to use Revenant Hunter for this dungeon. I use Gambler's Dodge, the Duskfield Grenade, I have Touch of Winter, and I also have Grim Harvest for my aspects. Then here are my 5 fragments. I have Whisper of Hunger, Whisper of Chains, Whisper of Shards, Whisper of Durance, and Whisper of Conduction. As for my weapons, I'll be using Witherhoard at certain parts of the dungeon, and I'll be using a Blinding Grenade Ignition Code at other parts. In my energy slot, I'll be using the Cartesian Coordinate for the entire dungeon. Now, some of the heavy weapons I'll be using in the dungeon include Threaded Needle, a sword, Sleeper Simulant, and Gallarhorn. And lastly, for my armor mods, I'll just quickly show you each piece of armor, and if you need to see anything in more detail, just pause the video. I do want to note that during the Ogre boss fight, I will swap this chest armor out for a chest piece with double void damage resistance. Alright, and that is it for my loadout. I will be including live commentary with this run. Now, let's get into it. Alright, so I've already posted a full run of this dungeon on all 3 classes, but I've been posting runs trying to get faster completions lately on all of the classes. All I have left is a Hunter run. So I'm going to be trying to improve my time here a little bit on my Hunter run. I don't really go for the speedrunning strategies. I prefer to try to optimize my preferred strategies, which in this case is using Cartesian Coordinate, using Sleeper Simulant on the boss fights, things like that. So we just got to get our 50 stacks of Burden by Riches deposited here to move on. And there we are. Go ahead and take out the Shrieker right away. You can just toss my super over there. I'm not going to need it anytime soon. Go invisible on one of these Thrall. And as we approach the puzzle section, there probably won't be too much commentary because the puzzle section never changes. So once you learn it, you should know how to do it. And it's pretty straightforward to just kind of follow along with what I do on the screen if you do want to learn it. I also have commentary runs where I do kind of explain the process if you want to check those out as well. And so there is a bit of a trick here. If you pull this lever, wait for it to open, and then pull it and immediately slide under it, you can kind of skip even that first room that you have to go in. Activate that lever there. We of course should have some enemies spawning now. See if I can get that on it. I actually managed to get that on it. So the shurikens don't one-shot acolytes, but they do actually one-shot dregs, which is super useful during the boss fight. And I believe any class should be able to make this jump. Wizard. I'm gonna toss a Witherhoard over there on those acolytes and then get the first lever here. Might as well go invisible with a finisher there. Don't really need my super, so I might as well go ahead and use that as well. And now we can go off to the left and grab our Scorch Cannon. Charge up the device here to open this garage door, and then we can proceed on and make our way to the first boss fight. So what's weird is you can actually carry this cannon to the first boss fight. I don't know if you can actually jump the gap with it. I could always see. But either way, I prefer to kill the Scorch Cannon Vandal anyway, so it's kind of pointless either way. And that was a close one. So of course, before this first boss fight, I'm going to make a few swaps. I'm going to put on a Blinding Grenade Launcher. I'm going to put on Sleeper Simulant. I'm also going to put on a Void Damage Resistance Chest. However, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put on... Before I do that, I'm going to put on the double linear fusion rifle reserves. That'll give me 16 shots for Sleeper. Then what I'm going to do is go ahead and swap to my Void Damage Resistance and Taking Charge again. Now, I'll just carry this cannon across. We'll see what happens. Looks like you can actually carry the Scorch Cannon to the boss fight. Like I said, it's kind of pointless because I want to kill this Vandal anyway. I prefer not to have any enemies kind of standing around harassing me the entire time. I believe that should be all of the acolytes over there. So I'm going to go ahead and start charging up this shot. I'm going to go ahead and blind right there. Toss my super over here. Make sure I head on over to get my super back from 10 of the Ingrams. And we should have one more acolyte I can take out. And I'm going to go invisible using a shuriken and head on down to deposit the 14 stacks of Burdened by Riches. I did get a random thrall spawn there, not a big deal. Dusk Field with the little ice crystal in the middle is pretty useful for scenarios like that. Alright, we got another Scorch Cannon. I probably could have kept my one from the first wave. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and charge a shot. And we're good to go. I'm going to grenade launch to my left and then super up by the groups over there. I should have enough to deposit and go for a boss damage phase. I'm going to go ahead and use a shuriken there. So Silence and Squall is not the best super for a boss damage phase like this, but I found it does help flinch the Ogre, which can definitely be useful. So I peeked out the right side and I knew the Ogre was shooting there, so I decided to peek out the left side the next time. So this is definitely going to be a 3 phase. There's not much I can do to prevent that. Not on a Hunter anyway. We have a sneaky Dreg up here. I could have grabbed this heavy ammo through the floor there, but I decided, you know, I'll just jump up there. Alright, now we can go for our first set of exotic Ingrams. Obviously, they're not really exotic Ingrams. So I'm going to blind this first wave. I need to get these before they go away. Likewise here. And my Scorch Cannon is gone. I was planning to grab that, but I guess I'm not going to. That's fine. Should be some Thrall coming up here. I want to go invisible. And that was a close one. I should be able to get my stacks of charged with light back here. And we should easily be able to finish it off with one more damage phase. Scorch Cannon is down. We have an Acolyte over there. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit low on ammo right now. We'll see how this goes. When invisible, that'll give me a little bit of breathing room here. See if I can grab the Scorch Cannon quick. I was able to. The reason I'm grabbing that Scorch Cannon is because I do have a plan to speed this up a little bit. Hopefully. So I have 12 Burdened by Riches stacks right now. And if I go ahead and shoot across here. Open up this doorway. And I'm going to grab all 25 at once. Hopefully. If I don't miss any. So I have all 25, and that's what you need to start a boss damage phase. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Now if the boss would actually enter its damage phase, there we go. And there we are, the boss is down. I'm going to go ahead and quickly swap to Gallarhorn for the Sparrow section. Now, there may not be any heavy ammo lying around, actually. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to rely on my blinding grenade launcher. Alright, so for the Sparrow section, hop on my Sparrow and head off to the right immediately. Hit this time-saving button. Head to the river real quick. Then for A, I kind of like to curve around. Kind of helps you avoid some of the shots from those dregs. Not all of them, but some of them. Then off to the left here, there's another time-saving button. What I'm going to do here, I would normally shoot Gallarhorn, but I'm instead going to hop off my sparrow and shoot that. Blinding grenade. Again, for this sea mine, I would normally use Gallarhorn to clear out the dregs. However, I do not have Gallarhorn available right now. So what I'm going to do instead, go invisible with a shuriken, just like that. And here at the Fallen Shield encounter, I'm going to swap to a sword, to Wither Horde, and to my arc damage resistance chest armor. See if I can see where the first servitor is, way out there already. Grab my Scorch Cannon, and I'm going to make my way out there. And I have to head to the right 2 more times. Since you get your super back from simply picking up 10 of the fake engrams, I go ahead and just use it anyway. Not a big deal. Go invisible again. I should be pretty close to having enough, so we'll hop up here. There we go. Now, if you do get extra stacks of Burdened by Riches, you're going to have to be careful. You have to go deposit them. If the timer runs out, you will die. All you have to do is deposit them there. I'm going to grab the Scorch Cannon. The cannon should already be aimed directly where it needs to go, so I'm just going to fire. Now I can look for the next servitor, which is just to my left. See if I can hit this from here. Perfect. somehow missing a ton of these engrams here. Gotta be careful with that. Well, that was a close one. I missed picking up a lot of engrams in this run. We're going to get rid of the Scorch Cannon Vandal. Should be getting close, that's what I thought. Deposit these Burdened by Riches stacks quick. Then I have to go over and aim the cannon. We'll see if I can get better at actually picking up the engrams here. Doing a little bit better. And we have enough for sure. You only need 20 to de-shield the servitor. I did get another wave of ads here right at the end. Time to push the servitor over to the launcher. This one should already be aimed to. And the final one is off to the right there, 2 islands. And I'm going to die if I don't deposit this Burdened by Riches stack. That was a very close call. That's why you have to pay attention. If you have extra stacks of Burdened by Riches, you have to make sure you get it in before the timer. And off to the final island I go. Scorch Cannon Vandal, should be going down. And I should have enough lying around on the ground. Just got to go around and collect them. It's going to fall off the map. That would have been awful. It would have extended my encounter for no reason. And it's still going to fall off the map. Man, this one does not want to stay, does it? Get it around the edge here. That servitor just wanted to head off the map. Don't know what to tell you. And off we go to the final boss fight. And I don't know why I dropped that. I actually need it. Alright, I'm going to swap back to my Ogre encounter loadout, which looks like this. I am going to put on a chest piece here again with double linear fusion reserves. While that's on, I'm going to place a rally banner and grab that. Then I'm going to go ahead and swap to my arc damage resistance chest again. And I should have 16 sleeper shots. Now I'm ready to start. What I'm going to do here is wait just a second, toss a grenade, and put my super on the two mini bosses. And what I want to try to do here now is take out some of the dregs off to the left. Might even take out some off to the right like that. You also want to be careful for the Scorch Cannon Vandal. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. That's a perfect placement. And now that the Scorch Cannon Vandal's down and those dregs off to the left are down, I'm going to hop up here, because I want to take out this Shank. So the Shank is down, which is excellent. Now I want to go for the Invisible Vandal. I don't want to waste any more sleeper shots. So now that that's down, I'm actually going to head off to the right for a second. I know it dropped some fake Ingrams. The reason for that is I want to go invisible. Now I should be able to grab these and head to the center. Now that those are deposited, I can go grab the Scorch Cannon. And we can start grabbing the 50 more fake Ingrams that we need. I'm going to dodge here. And now I'm going to start going for those fake Ingrams. So we're going to have a batch right here. I missed one of them. That's alright. I don't want to waste too many shots of my Scorch Cannon taking out these dregs. But I will use a few. I'm not afraid to use any of them. While it's charging, I'm going to go ahead and toss a grenade there and take those out. I really shouldn't have used that shot there. That's fine though. Alright, time to charge another one. This may be the last one that I need. I need 2 more fake Ingrams. And so what I'm going to do is head over here, go invisible, head to the center, and hopefully not die. Boss damage phase has started. So I'm going to kind of back up behind the cylinder here. They'll block the dregs from my left. Somewhat. It's not going to be perfect. But I want to peek shoot for sure. And this is going to be a 3-phase fight for sure. I'm going to hop over and grab some of this ammo quick. With that invisibility, I'm going to head on down here because I know there's some heavy ammo that I can grab. With that invisibility, I'm going to wrap back around to the back. I do want to be aware of the Scorch Cannon Vandal. But what I want to do is take the shank out. Alright, the Scorch Cannon is down, which is ideal. But my next order of business is going to be the invisible enemy here in the middle. Much like the last time, I'm going to try to wrap around and see if I can get an invisibility. I did not. I'm going to go ahead and grab these anyway. There we go. Should be enough to get me by. Now I can grab the Scorch Cannon and make my way towards another boss damage phase. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. That's much better. Unfortunately, I'm using a lot of Scorch Cannon shots here because of these dregs that are kind of hanging out over here. Alright, charge up another shot. That was so close. Needed one more. Head to the middle here, and I have to be very careful. I don't really have an opportunity to go invisible here. Rotate with the boss. And now I'm going to have to use Cartesian Coordinate. Alright, that was not the best boss damage phase. Hopefully it doesn't end up being a 4 phase. So you can blind this shank if you did not know that. I just haven't had a need to do it yet. And now I can take out the Scorch Cannon Vandal, which is excellent for me. I am almost out of all of my ammo here. Although the Destiny auto ammo pickup mechanic should work out for me here. Perfect. Alright, now I'm going to head up and take care of this shank. I'm going to blind it quick. I'm going to do another risky move there and use some of my sleeper shots. Alright, the invisible enemy is down. So I'm going to head on over to the right here, and I see some finishable dregs. I'm going to go ahead and finish one of them. That's going to give me more invisibility time. Now it's about time to charge up for another round of engrams. I'm going to head around back here and get another one charging. And while that's going, I'll go invisible and try to deal with a few of these dregs like that. Make sure I don't land too close to the water there. The death puddle. And one more set. Alright, I got a little bit of invisibility there. I have like no sleeper ammo, so this is definitely going to be a 4-phase, unfortunately. I'll use my 3 sleeper shots here quick. And you could have seen how it would have been a easy 3-phase if I had some more sleeper ammo there. Or even if my other damage phases were a bit smoother. Gonna go ahead and take out that shank quick. And where's my invisible friend down here? Right in front of me. Alright, he's down. I'm invisible. And that was a very, very close call. Time to go for my Scorch Cannon. I'm gonna head around back here, charge up a shot. And yes, I know I skipped some of the exotic engrams because I'm trying to get to the next batch before they disappear. Usually. I might be able to get enough right here. I was. Fortunately, I'm in a very risky position. But I should be able to finish it off right here. And there we have it. That's another solo flawless completion of the Grasp of Avarice dungeon on a Revenant Hunter. Now this was only a little bit faster than my previous Hunter run, but it would have been quite a bit faster had I had enough ammo to do a 3-phase final boss fight. Regardless of that, I've been able to get my Warlock, Hunter, and Titan runs down to about 50 minutes, give or take a little bit. I'm not a professional speedrunner. I don't do any specialty loadouts. I use kind of what's optimal for the average player, and I find some decent success. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.